Strategos, do you bring any news? Let's have a look. A cruel, backhanded agreement between two equally power-hungry men. Thank you. This document will shortly burn on one of these braziers. With Apollon's help, no one but us will ever know of its existence. I consider my word to be as unbreakable as the marble of these statues. I will send the messengers to Kitsikos at once, to withdraw the troops from the siege. Without us, Troas will leave as well. I am certain that Mithridates will be forced to abandon the siege. You will always be welcome in Mercia as long as I am ruler.
Finally, someone with decision-making power. A glorious commander of Romans. My name is Athanasios. I am here to offer you a most lucrative opportunity. I am reliably informed that you have a surplus of prisoners. Here is my offer. Sell them to me, and I shall pay you handsomely. Because I pay the best of prices, and because everyone else is too afraid to ask. Business is a battlefield. You can't win by being afraid. I'll resell them, of course. A lot of people need Serwi, and soldiers are physically fit. What else do you think I would do? Pickle them? Fair. I swear to you that I will not resell them to your enemies. The Serwi will be sold in Rome. Not you, specifically. Everyone needs money. Your prisoners must be a constant drain on your resources. You have to feed them, after all. In the end, I'm afraid you'll have to execute them or sell them to me. Killing them would be such a waste, wouldn't it? I and my associates will pay you a fixed fee for the right to take possession of all prisoners, present and future. We will take delivery once every fortnight. Does that sound good? All right. I get the idea. Fine. I am willing to pay what you ask up front. You have a deal. My people will visit you regularly as agreed upon. You will not hear from me personally again. Have a good day.
If Cassius is here, he picked a bad place to hide. In a village like this, everyone knows everyone else. Let's ask around, Legate.
It is just a word. You should not put too much weight on it.
Oh, customers. Hello. I am Efthymios. What can I do for you?
Well, I have the best shrimps you will ever see in your life, for instance.
I am not from this village, so I couldn't say, but if he lives here, he will eventually visit the market. After all, everyone gets hungry. It's a small and insignificant village, like so many others around here. We are simple folk. We fish and grow olives.
Today, I support Rome wholeheartedly. Tomorrow, who knows?
These are grand topics. I am too small to care about such things. Dignity saves no lives. I am a man who values life. The women, of course. Nectarius over there is your next best bet. He knows everyone. A strange question. Not a lot of places to hide in this village. I would simply hide at home. The houses here all look the same to an outsider. And I would surround myself with guards if I could afford it. Drawing a blank? Happens to all of us every now and then. Eat shrimp. It's good for your mind.
Smart customers find the best of stores. I, Theodoros, have all sorts of spices. The fish sold by my fellows here tastes very good, but with my spices, they taste better still. Not sure, but I have seen a man walking around with a bunch of guards. Maybe he's the one you're looking for. I do not follow him home when he leaves. Not often, once or twice a week. Are you sure you do not wish to try my spices?
Yes? Yes? No. Yes. Yes.
Good day, good day. Come closer, don't be shy. You're Romans, if I'm not mistaken. I know you appreciate good wine, am I right? Oh, well then your tongue is well trained in telling good wine from bad, I'm sure. You will not be disappointed by my selection. My name is Callis. I am a vintner. Please let me know if anything catches your eye. That does ring a bell. Indeed, I believe I may have sold a few caskets from that vineyard in the past. I'm sorry, I do not. I don't believe your vineyard has been producing much in the past several years. I do have a very fine amphora of Sanguis Jovis, harvested in the year of Livius Drusus, if you're looking for something special.
Is it me? Because I would kill for a taste of that.
I thought you might know of it. Because you're a colleague of sorts, I'll sell it to you for a mere 2,000 denarii. Very good. Here is your bottle. Please do keep it safe. I'd grieve if such exquisite drops were spilled. I know of certain recipes, the raisin wine, for example, or the one with honey. I have such ingredients in stock if that's what you're looking for. It's not what I usually sell, but I'm not going to pass up a good offer. I have no other use for them, I must admit. I hope they'll make you a fine drink. I have some from a local beekeeper that I think would be very well suited for your purpose. Oh, he'll be pleased to hear I sold his honey for such an interesting purpose. And I'm sure your drink will taste sweet.
Good day, Romans. Welcome to Nectarius's world of fish. Probably. I am not good with people's faces. I recognize fish. Why are you looking for this, Cassius, was it? That is awful. Thanks for telling me this. Wait here, I shall fetch him for you.
You bastards!
Hold your tongue, or I will cut it out.
Tartarus, take you! You have ruined everything!
The next thing out of your mouth should be the name of the person you're working for, son.
I did what I did for the sake of my people. Kill me if you want. You wouldn't dare. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm useless in a kitchen. I think the knife is stuck. Here, let me just...
Ah! Oh, please! Stop! I'll tell you anything. Senator Vitellius Scaevola.
Your brother-in-law.
Scaevola is working with the pirates, providing them with protection from Roman authorities. In return, the senator takes a cut from all the plunder.
That is absurd.
Well, they do pay taxes. Everything was going fine until Lucullus and Cotter started their campaign against the pirates. So Scaevola struck a deal with King Mithridates.
Collusion with the enemy. What does Mithridates get out of it?
How should I know?
We have to report this to the council.
Legate, here. The boy's armor. He won't need it anymore.
It is as I feared. Vitellius Scaevola is working with Mithridates, and no doubt his brother is part of this too. We must take action. Since the beginning. We were working with your father to expose Vitellius Scaevola and his brother. Alas, they outsmarted us both. Power is the most intoxicating wine. Unfortunately, it is also poisonous. It's been a long time since the Senate stood for the virtues of Rome. In a way, Scaevola and his brother are the embodiment of modern Rome. To eliminate your whole family. Your father and I were getting close to uncovering this conspiracy against the very soul of Rome. Getting married to your sister after Marcus's untimely death made Vitellia Scaevola your paterfamilias. A perfect play to get your family out of the picture. You should know that either Scaevola or his brother Lorco killed your father. There is no other explanation. We were so close to getting the family declared infames. I believe they must have felt cornered. In their desperation, they killed your father. That is why your mother sent you here. She understood you were in danger too. We will avenge your father and save your family. All in good time. Scaevola is a villainous bastard, but he is neither stupid nor careless. Never forget, the enemy is most dangerous when he is nearly vanquished. We shall expose him in front of the Senate.
How, Domine? We don't even know where he is.
By winning this war. He will be in Rome. All of this he's doing to conquer it. He won't be able to stay away.
What shall we do with Cassius?
Wise decision, Domine.
There is another matter I would like to discuss. Let me know if you have a moment. You've taken to command as quickly as I had hoped. It is a useful thing to study the masters of the past, as long as you're able to build on their lessons. I've been observing your legion closely, and I've noticed something that may be of great value to you. The cavalry of Mithridates is very heavily armored. Your own Equites has had trouble with them, but I believe we can turn this into a decisive advantage. Try this. Order your Equites to turn and ride away. Make it look like they are routed. Mithridates' cataphracts will not be able to resist giving chase. The climate in these lands is very hot. It's stifling, and more so to men and horses in heavy armor. Once the enemy heavy cavalry is exhausted from chasing your Equites through the heat, your men will turn and cut them apart. It is likely to only work once. Word will spread of what you've done, and they will not fall for it again. Save this ruse for a moment of great need. Really? Let me see. By Jupiter, you do know your way around a wine, I must say. We really must get you back to your father's vineyard as soon as this is all over. Rome is deprived of your talent. I know that feeling better than you might think. Every time I return from one of these campaigns, Mars still whispers to me in my soul. The best advice I can give you is to keep your friends close. Maintain that sense of brotherhood that you feel now. You have been through something together that no one else can understand. This is a fine gift. When I think of a suitable way to thank you for it, I will send something to your tent in your legion's camp. Regaining control of Asia Minor is important, of course, but our primary objective is ensuring the safety of Cotta. There may be a way of saving him without combat. I have arranged a meeting with Mithridates Magus. Everyone wants something. Let us see what our enemy wants, and what we can get in exchange for it. Of course it is. But is it more dangerous than anything you've done so far? We Romans tend to think of foreigners as uncivilized, but dismissing Mithridates as just another barbarian would be another way of underestimating the king of Pontus. Cotta paid dearly for that mistake. Besides, I have taken all the necessary precautions. Laomedontus will guarantee our safety. We intend to negotiate with our foe in order to improve our mutual positions. Why does that sound like surrender to you? Because negotiations work best if both sides benefit in the end. Hopefully, we will benefit more. It still is. But conquering a fortress and saving a hostage from said fortress are two tasks of vastly different complexity. Simply put, our task would be much more straightforward without the need to worry about Cotta's safety. In the same fishing village in Troas where you found Cassius, Laomedontus agreed to mediate. We will meet at his villa and have an opportunity to taste his food. He serves his own people. Laomedontus is a wealthy man from a family who has always held great power in that region. There's a fragile political balance in Troas. It is in Laomedontus's best interest to keep everyone alive. The demise of either party means he will die too. You must learn about the art of negotiation. I think you should accompany me and take part in our conversation with Mithridates.
Not to mention the great opportunity this represents for us.
She's talking about killing him, probably by poisoning. Am I right?
You are. But it is a great opportunity. You can't deny it.
Everyone knows Mithridates cannot be poisoned. As I said, we will just be there to negotiate. Laomedontus has a villa in Troas. We shall meet there. You will arrive unarmed, and on time.
You should take this flask anyway. You never know when you will need poison. You will not regret this.
Welcome and well met. I believe I do not need to remind you of our agreement about the nature of this meeting.
Of course not.
I am well aware of the nature of your arrangement.
Delightful. Settle down then. And just to make it clear, you both agreed to not bear arms inside my villa. This rule is meant to discourage combat. Combat in this case includes but is not limited to hand-to-hand engagements. Refreshments will be served in a moment. Enjoy yourselves, and please, try to refrain from killing each other.
If this is meant to intimidate me, I have to admit, Lucullus, you have done better than anyone else before you.
I'm afraid I do not know what you're referring to.
I see. Very well. Let us stick to that story then. I must say I'm impressed by this display of audacity, though.
So you've met before. Interesting, and surprising that I didn't know about this. It seems my ward is more skilled than I expected.
So it seems. Very well. Let us start. Tell me how I can help you.
First of all, Mithridates Megas, I am pleased that you came to meet me. There's a certain individual you've been keeping as a guest. It would make me happy to see him reunited with his family.
I'm sure that would make you happy and place you in a significantly better strategic position. Forgive me for being selfish in this case, but you should know that his release would certainly not make me happy. And I'm mostly concerned with my own happiness. Besides, I'm quite fond of my new friend Kota. Why would I let him go? He's a valuable guest. Certainly, you don't expect me to roll over and give him up to you.
Not at all. But my intention here is not to bring about your defeat.
I highly doubt that.
My intention is making sure we both win. Over the course of this war, we have captured nearly 1,000 of your soldiers, which are held in my camp as prisoners. I have no interest in feeding your men. We would both be best served by an exchange of hostages. One man for the lives of 1,000. I'd call that a fair trade, would you not?
An interesting proposal. But Kota is of immense strategic value to me. In order to make this trade, I would need to see my strategic position improved. I'm sure I can be persuaded into parting with your co-consul in exchange for, say, your departure from Asia Minor with all your legions. I doubt you'd agree to that. More soldiers can always be levied. Why would I care about a mere 1,000?
It seems we are at a momentary impasse. Order us some wine, please, and we will see if we can work through this.
Don't you worry. I have already prepared the best wine for my guests. We did not spare any expense. Ah, I didn't know that. Thank you. He will be pleased indeed. Go now. I shall bring your drinks.
This is a particularly interesting wine. In fact, I should say it's my favorite vintage.
Really? Were you served a different wine? Mine tastes quite ordinary. Perhaps I should try yours.
My dear Lucullus, this wine is enjoyed best in moderation. I assure you, your companion strikes me as a very bold person. But not all bold plans turn out well, young man. Here, take this. Think of it as a consolation prize.
I don't quite follow.
Don't worry about it, Consul. A subtle jest between myself and your ward. Let's move on. I'll make you one final offer. I have no interest in handing over Cotter. But since you have shown goodwill, I may be willing to release 200 of your Legionari in exchange for the release of 400 of mine. I have heard your people boast that each of your Legionari is worth 2 of my soldiers, so this should be a fair trade. You drive a hard bargain. I am willing to release 350 Legionari, and not one more.
Very well. I'm content with this deal.
Excellent. I will send an emissary to your camp to discuss the details of the exchange. I am not in the mood to eat any longer. Stay and enjoy our host's hospitality, if you'd like. Next time we meet, it will be on the battlefield.
That could have gone better, but it could also have gone worse. We got a fair exchange, at least. Go on, I'll stay here a little longer. I have some things I wish to discuss with our host, and some local delicacies I'd like to taste.
Scouts have discovered a stockpile of Greek fire in the region. To our surprise, it seems to be guarded. They appear to be well armed, but to what purpose we do not know. Greek fire is a potent weapon, and surely it is guarded for a reason. In a way, the weapon is waiting for its warrior. We should not. It did not. Our scouts clearly failed in their duties. It won't happen again. I know, but this kind of mistake usually costs lives.
It will explode upon contact with fire. A few well-thrown torches should take care of it. Or some fire arrows. I would recommend against hitting it with swords. Standing near it when it explodes would not be wise.
Agreed. A small team of your Praetorians should be able to undertake that mission. A band of vicious Spartans are organizing a rebellion against our legion. They're gathering support amongst the locals. That doesn't seem to give them pause. Spartans speak the same language as the people here. I guess that is why they might be preferred if it comes down to a choice between 2 invading powers. Not to my knowledge. In fact, I doubt these are real Spartans. It is a nice method of attracting followers, though.
It seems to be the case. Their leader is said to be remarkably well armored, and the majority of them wield shields. I would advise against sending archers to fight them. Pikemen would be better suited for getting through that armor.
At once, Legate. Our way, Legate.
Sorry to startle you, Legate. I knew you were headed past here, and I wanted to challenge myself a little. It gets boring on the road. Thank you. I shall. That's very kind of you. The Consul sent me to tell you that there has been a development. Thracia has joined the war on the side of Mithridates. You are to meet the Consul at the camp of Legio Prima Italica to discuss our course of action. That is how the Consul sees it as well. If you'll permit me to say so, with the 2 of you leading our legions, I believe we have nothing to fear from Thracia or from Mithridates. If that'll be all, I will take my leave once more. Vale, Legate.
I'm glad you could get here so quickly. This is Mithridates' response to our actions against Mercia and Troas. He's showing us that he knows how to divide and conquer just as well as we do. Somehow, he has turned the citizenship of Thracia against Rome, led by a wealthy Lanista called Damianos. He owns the best and most respected gladiator school in the world. His gladiators are sold to Rome, where they typically have long and successful careers. He has also been known to use his gladiators as a sort of private militia to enforce the laws of Rome throughout Thracia. That much is clear. Damianos is a businessman, first and foremost. If he believes he would do better business under Mithridates, well, great risk brings great profit. From what I know of the man, and based on what my spies report from Thracia, Damianos holds great sway over the mercantile and political classes there. They fear and admire him in equal parts. I am certain he is responsible. You think Thracia could be brought back in line without him? Indeed. I think you're right. You will have to go and deal with him yourself. If a legatus shows up at his doorsteps and demands to see him, he will not be able to turn you away. Bring your gladiator friend. And make no mistake, what Damianos has done is treason. If you need to take his life, you are free to do so.
Who are you? Oh. And, why are you here? We were not told to expect you. Well, go on in. I can do nothing to stop you. Stefanos, run along and warn Dominus that we have guests.
Honored Legate, please come in. Make yourself at home. And your people, too. My house is open to you. Have you? Well, it is not such a great secret that you must get it from the birds. It's true. There is no reason to deny it. I am a man of business, and Mithridates made me an offer that far surpassed what I was getting out of my loyalty to Rome. This is not about anything so simple as a lump sum. What I stand to gain from giving Thracia to King Mithridates cannot be matched by Rome. And don't think about threatening me with invasion. Your one legion, however formidable, would find it difficult to stand against the legions of Thracia.
Your legions were hastily raised and have never seen battle.
But they are well equipped, and they vastly outnumber you. The facts are against you, Centurio. You ask me why? Fine. I will see if I can explain it to you. It is about denarii, of course. But more than that. Rome is unraveling. The Optimatis and the Popularis are at each other's throats. It was this conflict that allowed Mithridates to take Asia from Rome once before. It was only the election of a strong dictator that allowed Rome to defeat Pontus. Perhaps you are too young to remember Cornelius Sulla and his purges. Sulla did what needed to be done. Rome was plagued by decadence and corruption. The strong take from the weak. It's an ugly truth, but that's how it's always been. A republic is unstable, and instability is bad for business. No one has need of gladiators if war is at their doorstep. It may seem that way, but there are cracks in the foundation, my young man. Will you stay and continue this discussion over dinner? Perhaps I can change your mind. I am not one to shy away from a challenge. Come, Stefanos, we will make the arrangements. Please don't go anywhere, Legate.
With your permission, I will visit the gladiators and get a sense of their mood. We may be able to stir up some trouble. I always am.
You're not allowed in here. It's for our gladiators, witless fool. Come on, a few rounds. You can handle that.
No, you seek to humiliate me. I sparred most of day already. You know I'm tired.
You're a fierce warrior woman. Why are you afraid of me, huh? The man destroyer, come on!
I say no. I want to eat.
I got something right here for you to eat, bitch!
You piece of shit!
Stupid whore! You'll regret that.
Shit. It was bad. They will hurt me tomorrow. Who are you? You fight beasts? Why are you here, Tabat? You train gladiators now? You do not mince your words. I like that. My name is Deianira. I ask you, what happens to us when the Lanista is dead? Your legion. You fight Mithridates? I am Shuthian, from east. My people fight Pontus. Pontus takes us as survey, sell us to Greeks. It is how I am here. I will help you, Tabat. Other gladiators, they care about me. I am like little sister to them. Tell me, what is your plan?
What did you think, The food was as good as I said, was it not? Oh, come now. At least give yourself a few minutes to digest before we dive back into the politics.
Domine! The gladiators are rioting!
Tonight? Really? Just wait for it to die down and drag them back to their cells when they are done.
This time is different. They're working together.
Impossible! Call the militia! I'll see to this personally.
This is our chance. The guards will be busy fending off the gladiators. Let's catch ourselves a traitor.
That was madness. I have been waiting for this for so long. Let us go and deal with this pig. I want to see the look on his face now he is beat.
You used my own gladiators against me. Don't you understand what danger you've put us all in?
On your feet, Lanista.
When the Serwi rise up and tear apart our province, will anyone care why you showed them the blood-soaked path to their freedom?
We have heard enough out of you, Damianos. You should be quiet now, and try to face your death like a warrior.
Don't kill him. He deserves worse fate than that. He should try being Servus himself.
Killing him is the safest option. He clearly holds a lot of sway in this region. The locals might try to rescue him if we keep him alive.
Servitude teaches humility. He would be more valuable alive, and it would give him a chance to atone for his poor decisions.
It makes no difference to the war effort.
I will bring this hapless fool back to the Legion camp. See you there.
So we are free now, but we have nothing. I will join your legion, if you will take me to Rome when the war is finished. I am Deianira. Is good to meet you. Shuthia. They are lands north and east of here. Wide steppes, lot of space for roaming. It is. Lanista gave it to me. It means man-destroyer. I think I will keep it. Does it matter? I am Deianira now. I do not. You are in charge. I fight for you. You show me Rome.
We know she's a force to be reckoned with in a fight. And Kalida's already shown us that women have a place in war.
It wouldn't be terrible to have another woman among us.
Have heard so much about it. It's center of world, right? Big streets, spices, fabric, wine. I want to try these things. Good. We will win war first, and fast. Then we will go to Rome. You will be glad you brought me with you.
You may need to unlearn some of your Sherthian ways, and get used to fighting in Roman formations.
You know much about Shethian fighting?
You'll find that our warfare is much more organized, and more effective than what you're used to.
Welcome to the war, Deianira. We'll take good care of you, don't worry.
Another violent foreigner with questionable morals added to our ranks, then. I'm not certain this is altogether wise.
All I owned was taken when I was captured. If you can spare weapons and armor, it would be good. Have question? Mother taught me. It is not so unusual in Scythia. Women hunt and fight. I know it's weird here. And you? How did you learn? He did good job. You fight well. Other people come into our lands often. We fight them. I was taken as serva, sold to Greek man. I am too unruly to be Greek wife, but I make good gladiator. Fighting for sport is dumb. Trying to get rid of me. You people brought me here. Sorry, now you're stuck with me. Had 2 brothers, didn't get along. They will be fine without me. I can't go back. I'm not that woman anymore. Maybe some other day we will speak of this.
We're in the process of sending an official to run this newly conquered region. But the speculatores have warned us of an assassination attempt. Maybe. Let us not get ahead of ourselves. Minor rulers are as capable of scheming as major ones. That is reassuring, providing we're expecting a single assassin. I'm not. I believe we'll need a more substantial escort. No one. But once our official is stationed, he can take his own precautions and punish all the parties responsible for this plot. The assassins will be in for the surprise of their lives. It will be a lesson they will never forget, should they survive. Our way, Legate. I bring grim news. A dark plague seems to be slowly spreading through our ranks. It appears the region we have recently conquered was home to an accursed village of sick people. How else can you explain a village full of sick people? Most assuredly, and evidenced by our own sick legionari. But where do these ailments come from? It is the wrath of gods. I don't know much about such matters, but your old Cineros says it's a terrible kind of skin rot. Not even branding heals it. They probably will, but not before spreading the plague to our legionari. Greater armies have succumbed to lesser plagues. The able-bodied among them are likely to resist. But I agree. That is what needs to be done. Our way, Legate.
Despite the Roman blockade of all supply lines in and out of the region surrounding Chalcedon, Bithynia remains undiminished. On your behalf, we have questioned the rebel troops captured in your liberated territories, hoping to learn how Bithynia withstands our conquest. Finally, I believe we have the answer. It took much persuasive questioning, but one such captive seems to have a fascinating story to tell. At your leisure, please find me at the camp to hear what he has to say. If his story is accurate, it may well prove to be the key to unlock Bithynia. Your humble subordinate, Marcilius Carbo. We have softened him up for you, Legate.
You? I'm surprised you recognized me underneath all the blood.
Mind your tone with the Legatus, worthless dog!
Your services will not be needed here any longer, Legionary. You're dismissed.
Cantorio.
What do you wish to know? I do. A fisherman is bypassing the blockade. There is no blockade. He acquires his supplies from a Roman galley in the first place.
That would imply...
Indeed. Your own people are helping King Mithridates. Erastus is far from being a simple fisherman. There is something about him. People say he was a pirate once. I guess this is his retirement plan. Besides, if Romans are helping you beat Romans, it's a difficult opportunity to resist. I don't have anything to gain by lying to you.
You also don't have anything left to lose.
Well, Erastus is the brains of the operation, but he has a gang with him. They are a formidable bunch. That, I don't know. They say a senator is involved.
I think we have a pretty good idea who that senator might be.
So that's what Skywaller's been up to. He must have been making a fortune.
He uses a small pier in my village in Troas. It's just down the coast from the market.
if you must.
What have you found? This is good. Very good, actually. Find this smuggler and put a stop to their nefarious operation. It could give us the edge we need to end this siege and save Cotta. Make sure you find this Roman ship he's talking about and search it. If we can get our hands on some substantial evidence, we can destroy Vitellia Scaevola once and for all. That young man's loss weighs heavily on you, despite how briefly you were acquainted. Cotta and his family will appreciate that, I'm sure. Good luck.
Finally, someone with authority. I expect you'll take care of your criminal soldiers. They have been terrorizing our people, collecting so-called taxes and beating those who refuse to pay. We are simple people who respect law and order, and I know Rome stands for these ideals too. That shouldn't mean your soldiers are allowed to invent laws and steal our property. Am I wrong? They have taken over these homes right here, forcing the rightful occupants to move in with their neighbors instead. That is good to hear. I knew we could count on you.
Legate, good to see you here. You probably don't know me, but I have served the Legion for a long time. My name is Albinus. I saw you talking to those crazy Greeks. They think they can pit us against each other. They're in for a surprise. Those greedy bastards are after these supplies. Of course not. We're not tax officials. We collected taxes for ourselves. Perks of being the conquerors. They actually think they may stand a chance against us. Apparently what we're doing here is illegal. Someone should tell them that we are the law now. The taxes we have collected, of course. The money is pooled together and shared based on rank and seniority. It's all fair. We're not barbarians. Punishment? For what? Fine. We will do as ordered, Legate. I just hope Naso will be fair.
Thank you for dealing with the situation, Legate. About the things they have stolen, will we get everything back? I knew we could trust you. You are a true Roman with an unerring sense of justice. Once again, thank you.
We've been discovered! Drop those things! Attack them! I am not... Jupiter, take it all. How do you know my name? Did you now? And what were you doing there? Well, I'm not inclined to answer. Piss off, or my men and I will feed you to the fish. That is an unexpected proposal. To turn my back on my Patronus. No less than 10,000 denarii would suffice. You fail to count my share in profits and bounty. Make it 8,000, and we have a deal. Enough! Stop! You've made your point. Curses, but you are relentless. What do you want, anyway? Isn't it obvious? Vitellia Scaevola owns it. He shares the plunder with the Aegean pirates in exchange for protection. There's a hidden cave on the coast near Chalcedon where Mithridates stores his supplies. His soldiers guard it vigilantly. I can lead you to it. If I take you to the galley, the soldiers will empty the cave. If I take you to the cave, the ship will leave. It's not about how quiet we are. I just completed a trip to move the supplies from the ship to the cave. The soldiers will have started to move the goods, and the ship is preparing to leave. There is no time. You're sure? There'll be no time to chase down that galley afterwards.
If we don't bring home any evidence against Scaevola, your sister will be stuck with him. The villa...
I want you to get your villa back and restore your name, believe me. But think of the cost to the war effort.
A lot of good Romans will die if we don't stop those supplies.
The war will be won or lost, with or without supplies. Through the skill of the warriors and the shrewdness of their commanders.
When head tells you both paths are goat shit, choose with nose instead. Take path of least smell.
As you wish. Hide yourselves on my boat.
Good. They are still here. Supplies have not been moved yet, it seems.
Corvinus actually told us the truth. I was honestly convinced we were walking into a trap.
They haven't noticed us yet, and they seem quite spread out. If we're careful, we may be able to defeat them in detail. We'll find a way to get your villa back. For now, focus on the war.
Every Pontic soldier we kill feels like a little bit of vindication.
So many crates. I can't believe Skywalker has delivered all this to Mithridates right under our noses.
It is a tendency I have observed many times throughout my life. The more one has, the more one wants.
Lot of Pontic soldiers will go hungry over next few days.